Hey folks, got a calf. It's got some pneumonia out here. Grabbed Luke, threw him in the pickup. Should be a pretty straightforward deal. We're just gonna run up there and get him roped and knocked down and get him some dope. Biggest thoughts towards him here is that I don't want to run him. Of course, catching him standing still is always the best option. So we're going to take our time and try and set a shot up on him that, like I said, hopefully he won't move. Anyways, he's not super sick, but he definitely is getting sick. I'll film this and show it pretty much in the entirety once I get to the cattle. They're on the other side of this little pasture. There's no sense in you guys riding along just to walk across the pasture. So once I get over there, I will start rolling again. I'm using a Pit Viper today. It's poly rope, feels pretty good. It's got a little bit of decent weight to it. There's just a very light breeze today, so by no means do I need a heavy rope or anything like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I had a couple questions just about my stalker axe there. The outer frame of them is regular 2 3/8 drill pipe. The inner frame of them is like a real thin wall irrigation pipe. So they're not as heavy as they look. I mean, they're sure enough heavy, but they're not all drill pipe. They are just bolted to the bed rails right now, which is not how I want them to be. I do want to run some supports down and bolt them to the frame. Actually, it'd be a lot safer. But that's about it. I got a fly mask designated specifically to put on these horses when I load them in it. That way they don't catch a bug or a rock or something to the eye, because that would be not cool. So anyways, I'm put my fly mask back on. I just strap it to the rail of the gate and throw it on them when I load them. But I'm gonna put that back over there, and then I'll see you guys when we get to the cattle. So before I get going, I'll show you guys. I normally carry a pant leg just tied between my saddle strings on the back of here, and I can put whatever I need to in that. Just you cut a pant leg off, you know, however long you want. By the time you tie it on your saddle strings and twist it a couple times, it holds whatever in. But I forgot, so I always keep a clean pair of socks in every truck. So I just take one of those, run it up through the hobble rings here, tie a knot in it up here, medicine, syringe. Pretty simple. Doesn't always have to be pretty, just has to be functional. Okay guys, we're close enough now. I see a couple of them starting to look at me. This bunch of cattle likes to get kind of dumb when they see a horse. They just decide that they need to run and be really foolish. So I'm gonna really slow Luke up here. I'm gonna get my loop built now. That way it's less movement and all that stuff when I get close to him. Looking for a Charlet colored calf. I know who his mother is. She's a Charlet colored cow also. And she's a pretty decent acting cow, so for those of you that have been following the channel for several years before I stopped posting for a while, If you remember, we grafted a calf on a Charolais colored cow. Well, it's that same cow. If I remember right, the title of that video is Grafting a Leppy Calf, or something along those lines. Anyways, I'm gonna go be pretty quiet here until I get this calf roped. That way I don't flare these cattle off, hopefully. So, think of it as cowboy ASMR. Okay, doesn't get much more low stress than that in terms of catching him. I'm dragging him out here now because I want to get him away from that ditch. If he's going to fall, I'm going to take full advantage of it. Not the ideal way to knock him down, but I'm definitely not going to pass that opportunity up. Okay, he's pretty sick, so thank you, Luke. Hi, Rose Gold. How are you, Mama? I'll get his front legs tied right quick. A lot of people tie him different. Stop it. I tie him different every time I catch him. Just depending. Stop it. You're fine, calf. Just want to get this calf pointed the right way, and I'll shorten up on Luke again. Get good and short. 3 wraps. Take that under there. Now, I always keep body and my rope with me. I'm gonna get this calf laying better though, so he's not totally upside down. Hey, big guy. There you go. Good job, Luke. If that calf was healthier, I would have tied him in a different sequence, but I knew he wasn't gonna throw too much of a fight. Untie my medicine here. Make sure I keep my tail and my rope with me. Hi, girls. So what I was saying when he fell is I wanted to get him away from that ditch. I mean, I guess you probably could have just stepped off your horse real quiet like and just, you know, if you had your medicine drawn up, you could have just probably mugged him right there and give him the shot right there. But these drain ditches, some of them don't have a very good bottom, and what'll happen is that calf gets stressed out and stupid when he stands up, runs down and plops himself in the bottom of that drain ditch. Well, then you gotta rope him, if you can rope him, if he's not in a tree or something, and get him out of there and that whole 9 yards. And it's just a lot easier to avoid the drain ditch. So this is 6 cc per 100 pounds. I'm gonna call him 3 weight. So 18. This is Resflor. It's an antibiotic and a painkiller. Draw it up here. Now, for those of you that never doctored cattle before, never want to give more than 10 milliliters in any one injection site, and they will tell you on your prescription, SQ right there, I don't know if the camera can pick that up. So administer 6 cc per 100 pounds. SQ means subcutaneous, under the skin, not in the muscle. Give only in neck. Do not administer more than 10 cc at each site. Goes into some more details. So go in the neck right here, goes in at an angle, is not in the muscle. I like to pull that out and then pinch that hole on that injection site for 5 seconds like that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side here. Just tent that skin, give the injection. Pretty simple. Now, one handy trick I've learned is you'll see some people carry their syringe with the cap on like that. Well, you break the lure right there. So I pull it out of the lure lock, draw my syringe open, then place just the needle in there. Can't come out. If you don't have those flutes in there, you can store it with the cap on. Okay. Now, some outfits are gonna want you guys to put, like today's the 20th of June. So some outfits, you'd write like a 20 on their side and with a paint stick and some paint on their forehead or something like that. On this outfit, I'm gonna get his ear tag number 107, and then I will document that he was administered that amount of that drug and check him tomorrow, make sure he's doing okay, doing better. Oops, I need the 8 calf. Pulled the wrong one. Back up, Mustang. Okay, I set that so I can pop it, flip it, get it all the way off. Now, I like how that was between his legs, but I like to get all of my ropes all the way off him and then let him up. Nancy's mother right there, she's gonna go check on him. Didn't even have to trip him because he kind of choked a little bit when I was bringing him this way. I have no problem saying that he choked and fell over while I was dragging him away from a drain ditch. I'd rather choke him down like that, dragging him away from the drain ditch, than have him get up and stumble into that drain ditch and drown. So that's kind of, that's a very calm day doctoring right there. Got him while he was sleeping. Doesn't get any better than that. We got him early. He wasn't sick yesterday. He's just starting today. So we caught him early. It drives me absolutely bonkers when you hear guys say, if you have to run one down, they're not sick enough to doctor. That is crap. That's just, in my opinion, their way of saying that they don't have good enough stockmanship, horsemanship, or roping ability to do so. And I'm probably gonna start some fights with that statement, but that's my opinion. I'm not saying I'm the perfect of any of the above. I dang sure go to doctor some early and run them down and miss a loop or two, and I've done it. Everybody has. As far as I'm concerned, the only person that never missed a loop lived 2,000 years ago. And he will be back someday. Girls, has anybody else got any ailments? Anybody else got a sick calf while I'm here? So you can see the calf we just doctored right there. He just turned his head, look at us. You can see how his head's down, his ears are kind of drooped, his nose is pointed kind of up just a hair, and he's breathing real hard. That's a telltale sign that he needs some medicine. I'm gonna step back on Luke here, and I'm gonna ride through these cattle just a little bit here. If you guys want to ride through them with me, just keep watching. If you don't find that terribly interesting, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good week so far. Make sure and check out RubuckNevada.com. You can get you a pit viper, some 2-strand cotton tie strings. I don't have any on my saddle right now. And some nice spur straps from Mincer Silver. Some of those real pretty engraved Hondas. Some good stuff on there. I'm working on trying to get you guys some more. Hopefully here in a couple months I have a saddle or two available for you guys. One of my best friends is chewing on getting back into building saddles. It's the friend of mine that built this saddle. I'm elated to hear he's thinking about working on them again and building them again, because this saddle's never done me wrong. But anyways, for those of you that do want to ride through these cattle with me, I'm probably going to be fairly quiet. Why I do so is not to stir the bunch up anymore. They're behaving today. They're not running to the opposite end of the pasture. So we're just going to slink through them nice and easy. I'm going to assume that everybody that came up to see me is feeling pretty good. If I do see something that needs attention, we'll address it. You're okay, girls. I call her Jamie. Her number's Her number's 007, James Bond, so I call her Jamie. And that's Becky. I wanted to buy Becky when she was a calf so bad I couldn't hardly stand it, but I didn't get her bought. She's a good looking cow. What are you doing, little steer calf? You're just playing in the dirt? They were all hanging out over here, so I'm kind of gonna peek in the strain ditch a little bit. I don't see nobody. There is one calf laying up here by himself though. I'm about 99% sure we doctored that calf yesterday, but I'm gonna shake my rope out here just in case it's not, and I decide to rope him. I see there's a crow hanging out by him, so that's less than ideal. He's on the other side of this pasture from where we doctored him last night, which is good. But again, I'm gonna want to try and get him away from this drain ditch, especially in a weaker state like that. I don't like him near these drain ditches, you know, because a strong calf has a hard time getting out of these sometimes, and a weak calf, he don't stand a chance. Whoa, I need some more spoke. That didn't feel good. So we doctored 107 today and 208 yesterday, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be 208. He got sick real quick by the time I checked him last night. I just drove down here to set this ditch to irrigate today, and I didn't even need a horse to rope him. So he probably still don't feel too great today, but I kind of want to, he's in some shade, which I like, but I don't like how he's right next to the ditch, which I could move him away and he'll come right back to it, especially hunting that shade. Heads up, he's sleeping. Oh, he's quite a bit perkier than he was yesterday. I'm gonna see how close he lets me get before he stands up. That close. Now I kind of want to look at him, make sure he's not ganted up, make sure he's not wobbly. A little bit wobbly on his back end there, you can see. I'm gonna push him that way just a little bit, just to see how he's moving. Well, hold on, no. That's a different calf altogether. How come are you sore on your back end? Or were you napping? I think he was just sleeping over here. He looks pretty happy to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. I don't see nothing wrong with him. I think he was just sleeping real good over here. But I am gonna go back through the bunch again and try and find the calf that I doctored yesterday and check on it. You know, in the desert, a calf like that by itself would kind of bother me, but in these little pastures, it doesn't. He was just over there sleeping and the herd left him. I've been irrigating this all morning, and these cattle kind of made the rounds to each corner of this field. Oh, that's nice. So I don't know, it's not that weird of a deal for him to be a little bit by himself like that. I'll keep an eye on him as I'm over here for the rest of the day irrigating. But I do want to find the calf I doctored yesterday, for sure. It would make me pretty happy if he was with the rest of the bunch. That's Melania. Her number as a calf was 45. Those of you that get it probably smiled at that, and those of you that don't probably don't need to get it. Okay, there's somebody kind of droopy looking. This cow's name is Cheese. Her tag is 608, and that's a Wisconsin area code. She's kind of a character. She's got a personality. Okay, the calf we doctored yesterday standing right under her mother's nose there. So that's a good sign. And that calf on the right of the 3 right there, not quite thrilled with how he's standing. I think he's just, the bugs are bothering him. So, anyways, guys, that's somebody else coughing. This is grass cough. I don't see any more reason to hang out here and pester him. That calf that was on that far corner, he's coming, so he's doing good. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna head back to the truck and I'll see you over there. All right, we're just about back to the pickup here. One thing that I haven't ever talked about on the channel before is that I lift weights 6 days a week. I kind of, between wrestling and riding bucking horses when I was younger, kind of had increasingly chronic back pain, and it would go out and cripple me up for a couple weeks at a time. And in 2023 I started lifting weights 6 days a week, and short of one little injury that happened because I was doing something I shouldn't have, I've had no back issues since. Well, of course, lifting 6 days a week, you start following the health and fitness side of things and all that, and paying close attention to your diet and your macronutrients and all that. And that led me to start taking protein supplementation, and I got a subscription once a month to Transparent Labs for their whey protein isolate. The macro nutrients on it are really good. Flavor's really good. I'm a chocolate guy, so the chocolate's what I use. Transparent Labs they use organic and all natural ingredients as much as they can. They don't use fillers. They don't use artificial dyes, as near as I can tell. And their products all work really well. And because my social media is growing, they reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to be a partner with them. Of course I said yes. So now I can offer you guys a link, which is in the video description below, for 10% off of their products. So if you're in the health or fitness world, I would dang sure click onto them, see what they have to offer. They got protein powders, pre-workouts, creatine, electrolytes, mass gainers, diet supplements. They got a whole bunch of stuff, and it's all cleaner ingredients than a lot of this wonky advertised stuff. But anyways, that's that. I'm gonna load Mr. Mustangio here up and give him the rest of the day off. Really, you're gonna make a liar of me because I did that? Come on, Bubba, you're done. Get in the truck, Luke. It's yours. It's yours. It's your own. Perfect. Oops. That's why he wasn't getting in. He says, hold on, man. You did not put my fly mask on. Never mind the dead chicken. I gotta drop that in the dump. Anyways, guys, thanks for riding along. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed. It was nice having you. We will see you guys later.